Hello friends, welcome to LeggLife, and today we're making a Disney cruise related video. Some of our favorite kinds of videos to make.
Yep.
Since we started posting Disney cruise vlogs, there are a number of questions that we've received.
Yes.
And the question we're going to tackle in today's video, you guys have already seen it because you've seen the title of the video, has to do with comparing Palo and Remy.
Yes.
I cannot even tell you how many times we have been asked, Adam and Sherri, Palo or Remy, which should I do? Which is better? And what we've always said is like, we have no idea because we've never done Remy.
Right.
But
now we have.
And so we are finally making our Palo versus Remy video.
We have had so many people ask us which one is better, which one they should do, how do they compare, and honestly, they don't. They don't compare.
I wish we would have had this video when we started cruising, because here's how I viewed Palo and Remy. I'll be very honest. I viewed Palo and Remy both as, and just so you guys know, if you haven't done Disney Cruise, these are the two like additional cost, more upscale restaurants on 4 of the Disney ships. I think it's something different on the Wish. I don't know.
Right. Except
Yep.
Palo is on all 4 aside from the Wish. Remy is only on the Dream and the Fantasy.
Correct. And so they're both kind of an upcharge. They're both nicer than the main dining restaurants. But what I viewed it, here's what I thought. I thought Palo was nice.
Nice restaurant.
Remy was a real nice restaurant. And so like same kind of thing, but they differed in just simply how nice they are.
Right. And in cost.
And cost.
Right.
But that's not the case at all.
No. And I after doing Remy, I truly believe you cannot actually compare them. They are 2 completely separate experiences.
And this is what I didn't understand. I didn't understand that there is not an answer to the Palo or Remy question, because they are not in the same, they're not just both nice restaurants.
Right.
The experience we had, and just, you know, we have done Palo for dinner and for brunch multiple times, and we've done Remy for dinner. And just, you know, I'm going to give you guys the cost of what those are currently.
Right.
This is as of February 2023. Palo is $45 for dinner, $45 for brunch. Remy is $125 for dinner and $75 for brunch.
Okay.
And we talked about this a ton at Remy when we just had dinner there.
Yeah.
About how do we answer this question? And and it was you who said, I don't think you can, because I don't think you can compare them.
And I don't think that you can compare them, and here is why, in my opinion.
Okay.
They are completely different experiences. Palo, to me, is a very nice Italian restaurant. You're going to get incredible service. You're going to get incredible Italian food. Remy is an elevated experience. It's the entire experience. It's French food.
Well, they have 2 menus.
They have 2 menus, that's true. They have a French chef and an American chef, and they have menus from each chef. So we actually did one of each, so we could try all of the food. It is smaller portions, but more courses. And we were stuffed at the end of it. So
yeah,
which we weren't really sure if we would be, because, you know, kind of think like smaller portions and you're just like, I'm gonna be hungry, but so much food, because there's so many courses. But every presentation was exquisite in Remy. They're just, to me, it's just, Palo is just such a nice restaurant to go to and have a wonderful time with incredible food. Remy is an entire experience.
Palo to me feels like, I feel like we've been to restaurants like Palo, right? Very nice high-end Italian restaurants, great food, great service.
Fantastic date night.
Fantastic date night.
Yeah.
It's the place you go before prom, right? You know what I mean? That kind of thing. Neither of us have ever experienced anything like Remy before. And I think unless you've gone to like a 4-star, 5-star, like Michelin kind of dining experience, you can't compare them. And that really is the difference to me. That's why there's not a question in my mind of which should I do, which is better. Because the question is, well, what do you want?
What do you want? And so for me, On pretty much every cruise, I want to go to Palo.
Yes, brunch or dinner. We love
Brunch
them
or
both.
dinner,
Yep.
or both. I want to go to Palo on every cruise. It is an upcharge, but it's worth it, and I love it. Remy, for me, because it really is just such an experience, I almost feel like it would lose some of its shimmer if we went every single cruise, for me, personally. So to me, Remy is more of a rare special occasion kind of thing.
Yeah, if we didn't do Palo again, ever, on any of our future cruises, I would genuinely be bummed.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, oh my gosh, like I always want to go.
Right.
If we didn't do Remy again, and this isn't a knock against Remy, I'll explain this in a second. I'm okay. Because it's the kind of experience that, this is going to sound so hokey. In my mind, it was like when we went to the Louvre in Paris and we saw the Mona Lisa for the first time.
Right.
And it was beautiful and amazing and exquisite and just wonderful. And I'm not saying the second time it wouldn't be, but I'm kind of like, I've seen that.
Right.
And so I don't have the desire to go back to Remy as much as I do Palo. Now, that sounds like I'm bashing Remy. I want to say, Remy was very expensive, worth every single dollar.
Yes, but to me, it was really more of like a once-in-a-lifetime sort of experience.
That's how I felt too.
And it's something that I will remember forever because it was incredible. But I, like I said, I feel like it would lose some of its shimmer if I just did it every cruise.
But if we're cruising for a very specific milestone, if we're cruising for our 20th anniversary, if we're cruising for our 50th birthday, if we're cruising, you know what I mean? Like
some kind of big something, then absolutely yes.
Yeah.
Special occasion.
I've never had anything like Remy. And it's really interesting because when I look at, first of all, when I look at the Palo like menu, I'm just like, what's up chicken parm? What's up lasagna? What's up pizza? What's up? You know what I mean?
All of the things.
Yes, all of them. I'm just like, yes, this is me. When I looked at the Remy menu, I was skeptical because I was like, man, this doesn't look like my stuff.
Right.
And I knew the portions were smaller. I'm a big dude. I love to eat. I was like, am I going to spend, are we going to spend like hundreds of dollars on dinner and then I've got to go to Pinocchio's Pizza to fill up.
Right.
And like you mentioned earlier, that wasn't the case at all.
That was not the case because there were so many courses.
Well, and I was so confused. I was like, how am I going to get full on like mushroom flavored foam? But here's the thing. It was such a good example of the way that food can be an experience and also the talent of genius level chefs who come up with that stuff.
Correct. Yes.
Like that was, again,
like Michelin star rated chefs that, and you know, like, we're from Anchorage, Alaska. Like we really don't have super fancy restaurants here.
Yeah. So
really, you know, Palo to us is a very fancy restaurant.
That's true.
If you are from New York City, you know, somewhere that has like really nice Michelin rated chefs, it's probably, it maybe is a little more what you're used to. So it's maybe not as like a super special occasion thing, but for us, that's where we landed on it.
Yeah. And I think that's the perfect, like for us, the question of Palo or Remy is, well, what do you like? Right. Have you ever had an experience like Remy before? If you haven't, I do want to say do it once.
At least once, yeah.
And maybe you are like a super foodie and that's your jam. Do it every freaking cruise.
Yeah.
Like, keep going back.
Right.
For us, I do imagine that it's like a once in a decade kind of thing that we would do Remy, whereas Palo, it is an every cruise kind of thing.
Right.
For the most part.
Right.
But
I don't know how else to say it. And it does kind of sound like we're just like, you don't need to do Remy, but like,
no.
I really truly believe if you can afford it, do it at least once because it is just such an elevated experience from anything that we have ever experienced. And we went to really nice restaurants in Paris, and this was above that even. Yeah,
that's true. And I mean, here's the thing. Service at both, spectacular and off the charts.
Yes.
The attention to detail in the smallest things at Remy, genuinely unbelievable.
Yes.
And I'm so glad that we tried it.
Yeah.
But for me, when I get on board a Disney cruise ship, it's like, what are you going to crave? I'm going to crave the chicken parm. at Palo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to crave, like, that's the kind of stuff that I really want.
Remy was just such an incredible experience for us on this last cruise in December, but we did not do Palo, and I'm bummed that we did not do Palo.
Nah, that says a lot.
I know. Like, I'm so glad that we did Remy because I did want to try it, but we opted to not do Palo as well, and I'm bummed that we didn't do Apollo.
If we were going on the Fantasy or the Dream on our next cruise in March, would there be, what percentage of you would want to do Remy again?
I mean, we just did it, and so I do feel like it's specifically a special occasion kind of thing. So I don't know that I'd want to do it again 3 months after we just did it.
Yeah, for me, it would be 0.00%. Like, and I loved it.
Right.
But Palo.
So
there you go. And here's
definitely want to do.
Here's the thing is that it's not just you guys asking us this question. We're part of a lot of the like Facebook, the Disney cruise groups.
Yeah.
And I see this get asked all of the time.
Yep.
And it's a question that we even have asked.
Right.
Right? It's like, which is better? Which is better? We went into Remy feeling like, oh, we're excited to compare this to Palo, and then we very quickly.
I mean, I think that it was like first course, and we were like,
oh, there's no comparison.
Oh, these
aren't the same.
These are not the same kinds of things. We cannot compare them.
This sounds like a politician's video.
And I'm really sorry.
But it's just the truth. And here's the thing.
It really is. It's just the truth.
That's what we do on our channels. We just like tell you what our opinion is. We give you like our thoughts. Some of you out there may completely disagree with us. You may think that Remy is absolutely the best and Palo is horrible. You may think the exact opposite.
You are absolutely entitled to any opinion that you have.
And that is
And so are we.
You're so cute. Didn't plan that segue, but that is what I want to say. When you're planning a vacation, when you're planning a cruise, and you're asking people questions on their opinions and their thoughts, do keep in mind that their opinions are their experience, and sometimes you need to have your own to fully understand.
Right.
And so that's why I think it's important that you try them yourself. Go to Palo, go to Remy, go to brunch at both of those. I will say I would love to do brunch at Remy.
I would too, actually. Yeah.
I'd like to see what that's
agree.
like.
Yep. I would like to try that experience as well.
Yeah. So there you go, friends. Palo or Remy, which is better?
Neither.
Yeah, you can't.
Both.
You can't compare them.
Right.
Like you can't compare them because they are not restaurants in the same category. One is a very nice Italian restaurant with very good food that feels perfect for date night or prom. The other is an elevated dining experience that most of us will probably have not had anything like that in our lives.
Right. We have not.
No, we have not. So you can't compare it.
Yep.
There you go, friends.
Sorry to not really answer your questions, but...
You know what I love?
What?
We're going to have Palo in like 2 months.
Yeah, we are.
I'm excited for the chicken parm.
I'm excited for all of the things.
And the lasagna. Sorry, I tried to do it. All right, we love you guys so much. We'll see you on the next LeggLife video.